I've never said I'm a perfect person, nor pretended to be someone that I'm not. I've said and done things I regret, and the words released today on this more than a decade-old video are one of them. Anyone who knows me knows these words don't reflect who I am. I said it, I was wrong, and I apologize. I've said some foolish things, but there's a big difference between the words and actions of other people. Bill Clinton has actually abused women, and Hillary has bullied, attacked, shamed, and intimidated his victims. We will discuss this more in the coming days. See you at the debate on Sunday.
The laughable part about that video is when he says, anybody who knows me knows these words don't reflect me at all. We have seen for the last year that those words are exactly what reflects him. And I just have one question for my GOP brethren, for GOP leadership. We have seen this man mock a disabled person. We've seen him call Mexicans rapists. We've seen him say horrible things about Rosie O'Donnell, about Miss Universe, about Megyn Kelly, about Carly Fiorina. We have seen him pick a fight for over a week with a Gold Star family. What else do they need to see? Today we saw him boasting, laughing about grabbing a woman's pussy. What else do we need to see to disown him, disavow him, ask him to resign, ask him to step down? He is dragging the Republican Party down, and everybody's going to have to answer the question, what did you do when you were faced with undisputable evidence that this man was a misogynist? Did you step away, or did you try to make an excuse?
Okay.
And that's the question that leadership needs to answer tonight.
He apologized, pledged to be a better man. All of us say and do things we wish we wouldn't have. When I endorsed him, I realized he came with warts. I mean, he wasn't a career politician. He was a businessman.
He keeps trying to say that he has better judgment and that he's going to change all these things unilaterally, by the way, which we all know he can't do. But his judgment, his character, his integrity has shown otherwise. What makes people believe that he's capable of actually bringing any kind of change that's worthy of the office of the presidency to Washington, D.C.? That wasn't an apology. That was like the Pee Wee Herman defense. I know you are, but what am I? He immediately pivoted to Bill Clinton and what in his history and what he's done.
What I did was bad.
Right, what I did was bad, but what they did was worse. That doesn't make it better. You know, we sat there, and anyone who criticized Bill Clinton in the 90s for what he did, which was despicable behavior, and then turns around and makes excuses for what Donald Trump has said and done is a hypocrite. And every single, my Republican brethren, I'm with Anna on this, I implore them to rescind their support, and it's beginning to happen. Paul Ryan needs to step up. He wants to be the leader of this party. He's Speaker of the House. It's his moral obligation. He's a father. He has a daughter. He can't stand there and let this go and stand next to support this man.
Donald Trump does not have minions in the media like at the New York Times and the Washington Post to not only bring up the story but continue to defend it over and over and replay it.
As a woman, you heard the words that he said on that bus and getting off with Billy Bush in 2005. Then you just heard him, I would assume it's at Trump Tower, in front of a camera, apologizing, saying that, you know, he's not a perfect man. How do you feel about that?
Well, because I'm going to judge, am I supposed to sit here and judge his words? I judge actions. I'm not electing Donald Trump.
Yes,
you're
supposed to judge his words and his actions on the bus. Those were actions and words. He's saying...
Well, he didn't grope the woman. He did not say, he did not walk up and do those things to her. He did not do that. It was the words, the locker room talk that unfortunately exists in many male groups today.
As a mother, Scotty, I don't understand how you continue to justify this. I've challenged you on this issue months ago when Donald Trump, when I brought up the fact that he was a philanderer and bragged about it. I get it, but you're a mother first. You have daughters. I don't know if you have a son.
Exactly, I do have daughters.
And how could you sit there and justify this to your daughter when you have the person you want to put in the White House talking about grabbing private parts of women?
If you choose to believe him, if you choose to make excuses for him, that's your choice. That's your choice.
And then be responsible for it.
My choice is to consider him a disgusting man who has consistently disgusted me from the first day of this campaign. And I think that every single Republican is going to have to answer the question, what did you do the day you saw the tape of this man boasting about grabbing a woman's pussy? Period.
Okay. All right.
Will you please stop saying that word? My daughter is listening.
Yeah, you know what, Scotty? Don't tell me you're offended when I say pussy, but you're not offended when Donald Trump says it. I'm not running for president. He is.
Yes. And I said I was
Okay,
offended by
so then
Donald Trump.
don't act outraged and
Man's a
offended when I say
disgrace.
the word that you're not offended by the man who you are supporting is saying. That is just
I said I was
absurd.
offended by him saying that too.